Is it the night before your next exam and you still haven't studied? Me too. So welcome. You found the right place. I am infamous for leaving exams until the very last minute and still getting straight A's. Like here and here. Actually, this whole stack of papers are straight A's. Unlike the other study tips on YouTube that gatekeep the real advice, here is exactly how you're gonna study the night before an exam and still get straight A's. Our reports finally came out. A. Oh! Straight A's. I pretty much came first place in every subject this year. In case you guys don't believe me, I've decided to record this video during midterms. I've got a maths and history final tomorrow, which I have not studied for. And I'm low-key freaking out because the way my teacher marks is vicious. But it's not the first time I've done this, and my methods have never failed me. And if worse comes to worse, we could always use solid essay services. Something we'll be speaking about a little later in the video. First thing you've got to do is pull up your assessment criteria and read through it from start to finish. Now this step is very important. Find the grading sheet and read exactly what you got to do to get your A. It's such an obvious thing that so many people skip. If you know specifically what the teacher is looking for when marking an exam, then you're guaranteed to do better than 50% of students, even going into an exam blind. People tend to underestimate the importance of getting to know the way your teacher marks. And for whatever reason, not a single other advice video has mentioned this. Learn how they mark and exploit their writing style. Speaking of writing style, the key to enhancing the way you write overnight is Solid Essay, the sponsor of today's video. Ooh, that was smooth. Solid Essay is a writing and tutoring service, making learning easier for thousands of students like you and me. With 10 years of writing experience, their essay service provides 100% plagiarism-free papers written by over 250 professionals, ready to complete your assignments whenever you need them by. Perfect for people who leave their assignments till the last minute. Anyways, as a student, Solid Essay genuinely feels illegal to know. Say you're finishing an assignment at the last minute and you realize you know nothing about your assessment task. Send it through to Solid Essay and they'll write you as many papers as you need in as little as 6 hours. The team at Solid Essay help with research, writing, formatting, editing, and proofreading, and can handle more complex assignments, including those you see on screen. Solid Essay is an absolute game changer, so if your grades have been looking anything like this, and you want them to be looking like this, be sure to click the top link in the description right now. For 20% off every writing service using my link, and repeat customers will enjoy bonuses, discounts, and even free services. Thanks again to Solid Essay for sponsoring today's video. The next tip, essential for last minute studying, is going to put your prioritizing to play. Find a copy of every bit of content you're going to have to study, and if you already know a concept, then skip it. You've got just 24 hours to go. You've got to hustle. Find what you don't know and study that first. You do not want to go blank in an exam because you don't understand the concept of a question. That is going to ruin you. It really does throw you off, and it will make a big difference on your final grade. And for all you know, that one concept you didn't bother to study may just make up a large portion of the exam. It's happened to me way more times than I care to admit. If you have time left over later, then you can come back and practice the things you already know. In this exam, my teacher is placing very specific mention on Australians at war. So unlike everyone else that's studying about the topic World War I in general, I'm going to specifically study life at Anzac because the way this is worded makes me think it'll be in the exam. Look up any recurring keywords as they may be relevant in the exam. If they're being used to describe the test, they'll more than likely be in the test. And needless to say, you gotta understand exactly what it is you're being examined on, not just the topic in general. For example, if you're studying World War I, is about how the war started, the propaganda. This will become important later when you're writing up study sheets and practice questions. A lot of people in their last minute study will feel obliged to multitask, but it's time you reconsider multitasking. A significant amount of research indicates that multitasking does not improve your efficiency and actually negatively affects your results. In order to study smarter, not harder, you will need to eliminate all distractions during your study sessions. Scrolling, gaming, and texting will severely affect the intensity of your study session. Research shows that multitasking increases the amount of time needed to learn material and decreases the quality of learning. When you're on your last minute hustle, you do not want to be rereading things 1,000 times. Out of sight, out of mind. It's as simple as that. Social media, and especially your phone, serves as nothing but a distraction and another excuse to procrastinate. Can you really resist the temptation to check that one message? No. And when you do, you're going to go down the rabbit hole of replying to that text, to then getting distracted by a reel, which will soon turn into a doom scroll, which will soon drive you away from your desk and lead you to fail your exam, which will leave you jobless, leading you into crippling depression and soon enough, death. So yeah. Keep your phone far away from your desk. If you don't need your computer for homework, then don't use it. But if you're still struggling, use apps to help you set limits on the amount of time you can spend on certain sites during the day. I needed to do this for Roblox at one point. Your dress to impress is not an addiction, it's a lifestyle. For every 1 hour you study, take a 5-minute break. So many people will most literally set you up for failure by telling you to do something you enjoy during your study break. Many people take this as an opportunity to check messages or doom scroll, but don't do it. You will get distracted. You will go beyond the 5-minute break and eventually lose the passion to study altogether. Let's be so for real. If you're leaving your studying till the last minute, it's clear you don't have that much motivation to begin with. You won't be able to pull yourself off your phone because it's dopamine. But social media addiction is a topic for another video. Create study sheets. I don't know why people don't do this. This is the not so secret. Every straight A student has been gatekeeping. Writing information is a proven brain hacking strategy. Informing it that what you're looking at is important and it should probably remember it. I know scribbling down on a piece of paper while reading information also helps people, but it doesn't personally help me, so I wouldn't recommend it. Section your pages off into each concept, then write everything you've learned about said concept throughout the semester. Whether you write it up as paragraphs or dot points doesn't really matter. Do whatever works best for you. I personally prefer paragraphs as I like to memorize them and use it as a kind of cheat code in my exams. Now, a lot of teachers have told me you shouldn't be doing this, but I don't necessarily know how true that is. Every single time I've memorized a full paragraph, I have absolutely aced that section. I'd recommend trying it. If you know a question or a short answer response you're gonna have to complete. I've been studying for an hour now, and even though I've reread my notes 100 times, my brain is just not retaining any of the information, which is stressing me out because I have under 11 hours to memorize all this material. Let's try something new. Reading is not studying. Simply reading and rereading notes is not engaging in the material. Rereading leads to quick forgetting. Think of reading as an important part of pre-studying, but learning requires you to actively engage in the material. Active studying doesn't mean highlighting or underlining text. Instead, some ideas for active studying include create a study guide by topic, formulate questions and problems, and write complete answers. Create your own quiz. Become a teacher. Say the information aloud in your own words as if you're the instructor and you're trying to teach a cohort of students. Study in terms of evidence, question, and solution. What is the question posed by the instructor? What is the evidence that they present? What's the conclusion? This is especially useful when studying in a shorter time frame because it allows your brain to retain the information without having to reread it 1,000 times. Also, stop stressing. Yes, your grades matter, but they really aren't everything. The more you stress, the more your brain is going to block out the information because it'll associate it with something scary. Stress will do nothing but hold you back. Why do you think you blank out during exams? My last science exam, for the first time ever, I allowed myself to just be chill with it. And I actually did amazing. Switch up your setting. Know where you study best. The silence of a library may not be the best place for you. It's important to consider what noise environment works best for you. You might find that you concentrate better with some background noise. Thus, if silence is distracting, but you prefer to study in the library, try the first or second floor, where there's more background buzz. Keep in mind that active studying is rarely silent, as it often requires saying the material aloud. Listen to music. I never knew how people listen to music while they study, without becoming absolutely distracted until I found an artist I adored. What I never understood is that it's not just about the gimmick of listening to music. Listening to an artist you love genuinely keeps you going for longer. You just want to hear the next song, so you keep going, keep finding things to do. I recommend creating a specific 1 hour long playlist for studying. When it ends, you take a break. If music's too distracting, however, listen to wordless, lo-fi songs, white noise, or even vibration. However, do not listen to music while you're memorizing your notes because that is just a death wish. I also wouldn't recommend listening to music in the 24 hours before an exam. Take that time to lock in and emulate the silence of a classroom. After completing 4 stressful exams, I finally got back my semester 1 report. Our reports finally came out and I've been procrastinating checking it. I'm actually very confident this time. I pretty much came first place in every subject this year. First subject is religion, A, straight A's. You have to react. 200,000. Not to that. Then we have Australian. Oh! No way! I got an A on history. And only 2 people in the whole grade got A. 2 people. Anyway, next we got elective visual arts. Oh, my friend was telling me she asked the teacher and he said I got the best mark. A. Only 4 people got A's. And then English, this one I know I got A's. Yeah, A. Only 3 people got A's, straight A's. And then we have FinTech. Okay, this is gonna A, straight A's on the criteria. And maths, oh, it ruined the streak, I got a B. Then just PHP, oh, I'll get a B for this too because I never participated. Yeah, B. What the heck? Oh, science, B.
B in science?
Actually, I'm really surprised I got a B in science because I got 27 out of 30 for the exam. And then in the first term exam, I got straight A's. I don't know. Okay, that's everything. I'm very happy with that. Except for science. I'm not happy with science. I deserved much better for science. Louis still asleep, and I really hope some of my tips could save your study sesh. If you'd like more general high school advice, be sure to check out the back to school playlist. Thanks for watching. Bye!